Hello and welcome to Sophie Knits. I have a different kind of video for you today, and it's heavily inspired by those crochet videos that I've seen a lot of floating around of how much can I crochet in 24 hours. So I was lucky enough to be picked for the test knit for the Knit Pearl Girls, the Shell Tee, which is a fingering weight top. I'll put a little picture in here, it's beautiful. And since I'm on a bit of a timeline, I wanted to see how much of this I can get done in 24 hours. So caveat, by 24 hours, I mean starting a timer whenever I start knitting and pausing it when I stop, because small babies are not conducive to 24-hour knit-a-thons, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm curious, like, can I get this done, maybe, in 24 hours? We will see. So in terms of progress, I have sort of just started making my way into the round. I wanted, just because it's a test knit and it's not like a pattern I'm familiar with, I wanted to get to the point where I was in the round and knew all my stitch counts were right before I started filming. So that's where I've got to so far. We have a slight issue. I did drop a stitch and it's just bringing the tension looking a little bit funny. So I'm probably going to rip back, but I will re-knit to where I've got to in the round to start filming for you. So yes, that's what my plan is how much of this fingering weight tee can I knit in 24 hours? Can I knit it? Could I knit it all? Let's see. Hello. So it's the next day and I knitted for 4 hours in total yesterday, but as I'm sure you've seen, I had to rip back, so we don't have very much to show for 4 hours worth of knitting, really. So we started the count when I had just finished this green section here. I'd then knitted about that middle stripe, but then realised I had made a mistake, and because it's a test knit, I want to have it be perfect, so I did rip back. It was a drop stitch on the pickups with the raglan, and I did try and go back and pick it up with a crochet hook, but it just wasn't looking quite right, and I just wanted it to look right because it's a test knit. So yeah, I did rip back. It was a bit painful. So I have now re-knitted this stripe and the top stripe, but that's all I've done in 4 hours. So we're going to try and get a bit of a hustle on, I think, and carry on. What I'm going to do now that I've successfully made my way back to where I was is just pick my progress keeper. And he's my little sheep. I love my little sheep. He's my favourite progress keeper at the minute. Let's see whether it'll focus on him. It really doesn't want to focus on him. Here he is anyway. So he's going to hang out just at my beginning of round on the last repeat of the green stripe, so that we can see. Here he is. There he is. I can't see him. Hang on. There he is. So that we can see how far we get through. So I'm going to crack on now. I thought I'd just chat for you for like 2 seconds before, I get started. I have really been enjoying recently watching Ambulance. If you haven't watched Ambulance, it's on BBC, I think. And it's a series that follows the ambulance service as they just do the things that they need to do, basically. I really just fancied watching something else that was like medical. So we finished Malpractice recently, both series of Malpractice. If you haven't seen Malpractice, it is well worth a watch. It follows essentially sort of clinical colleagues who have made some kind of error, either of judgment or in practice, and looks at all the consequences of that. Yeah, I definitely would recommend if it's not one that you've seen already. But so yeah, so we watched that together, and then I was just really feeling like I wanted something else of that same kind of genre, like that, yeah, kind of UK medical setting. And we really love bodies. We've watched a few things that we quite like that were kind of that dramatized setting, but there wasn't anything that was kind of piquing my fancy. If you have any recommendations, please do let me know down below. But I do know that Ambulance was one of the ones that people like definitely think is very binge worthy, and it's very addictive. It's like, you know, very dramatic television. So yeah, I watched quite a lot of Ambulance last night whilst I was knitting on this one. This is my first little bit of knitting today. We had Whit dropped off his first ever settling in session earlier, so that was exciting. So he went off to nursery for the first time, which felt like a really big deal. But he was great. He had some cries, but he was fine. And yeah, so dropped him off. I've picked him back up again at 11:30. So it's been a bit of a weird morning because we haven't kind of got ourselves ready to do stuff. It's all been a bit higgledy-piggledy. So I haven't knitted yet. Normally I knit in his morning nap, but his morning nap's been delayed. So yeah, I'm letting him kind of nap for as long as he wants to now. Sorry, the man in the van might be delivery. Here's a delivery, I'll show you what it is in a minute. Yeah, so I'm just kind of letting him sleep as long as he wants, and I think I'm going to put some more Ambulance on whilst I knit. I've just done a big house tidy, so it's 12:15 now, so yeah, I got back here about 11:30 and I've done 45 minutes of tidying, so I feel like I deserve a little bit of knitting time. I just realised I signed off and forgot to show you what I got. So I got this little pack of Motive mints. So these are like a collectible mint tin. I think they're so gorgeous. My mum got me one when I was poorly, when I was in hospital. And they do little collections. You don't know which one you're getting, but there are, yeah, a number of them. Kind of, I guess, like blind box mints in a weird way. I think you probably could find a way to buy the ones that you're missing. But yeah, so they come in a number of different limited edition tins. So that's the tin that I've got from the Avant Garde collection. That's the little motif logo. And they are just sugar-free mints. I don't get them for the mints though. I get them because this tin to me is a really good tin for just a couple of stitch markers on the go in a project, particularly for sock knitting. So what I'll do is I have like a mint pot in my car. I empty the mints of that, and then this will be one, sorry, it's a loud rattle. This will be one that pops into one of my project bags. And I really like them. I can definitely see the appeal of collecting them, but I don't intend to collect them. I just want to have a couple. I've got this one and one other that's coming for me to be able to store some knitting notions in. So yeah, carry on knitting, see you in a bit. Hello. We are at just about 8 hours and we have got some good progress. So here's our little sheep down here. So we've done this whole section sheep up. So that's what 1, 2, 3, 4 on my 5th repeat. It's getting pretty late, so I'm probably going to stop pretty soon. So I just thought I'd update on where I've gotten to today. I seem to be able to, if I consistently knit in all of my free time in the day, to be able to knit for 4 hours total, which I think is pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to carry on just for a little bit longer till I finish the episode I'm on. Oh, excuse me. And then bedtime. See you guys tomorrow. Hello. So coming at you again in an evening. I went to the Big Flock today in Bristol. It was great fun and I got loads of knitting done. So let's show you. So here's a little sheep just at the top here, and we've made it all the way down to here. So we are sort of really getting into the body now, which is amazing. And I'm at 21 hours of knitting. I don't think that's bad. Like, the sheep was there when we had, what was that, sort of 4. I've done the collar as well, just because it was so tiny. I just kind of wanted to get that one done. So I don't think I've done too badly for knitting a fingering weight top. I think I could definitely do this in 48 hours. Yeah, so I'm going to carry on through this evening. I expect I'll run through my 24 hours today, and I will let you know how far I get by the end. I might, just for my own satisfaction, maybe keep the timer on until I finish, and then I can tell you how long it took in total, because I kind of think that might be quite fun as well. Hello, and good morning. I didn't hit 24 hours last night. I was too tired, but I've just hit 24 hours now. So let me prop you up. Hang bar. There we go. So here we are. So you can see my little sheep. this is 24 hours of knitting on the shell tee. I'm really liking how it's coming out. I like the colours. I've chosen an awful lot. I don't know if I've said earlier on, they're both loom wool, the baby alpaca, some silk and some linen. This one is in the colour Milk Tea, this one is in the colour Murmuration. I think they're really pretty. And I'm pretty impressed. Like, I definitely thought I wasn't going to get this far in the time period I gave myself. And I have 60 rows left of the body now. And then obviously I have my sleeves to finish off as well. I think to finish off this video, I'm actually going to keep timing until we're finished, because I think it'd be really satisfying to know exactly how many hours go into knitting a fingering weight top. And this is in, I'm pretty sure this is in size D, so kind of a medium / large. So it's not a tiddly tiny one either. Sometimes I find, I'm going to lift you up again, sometimes I find it helpful to know people's knit time when they're working bigger sizes, because I don't know why, but a lot of popular channels seem to be people with like very small sizes who are knitting like extra small or small, and I think I'm most often knitting a large, and I'm just aware that actually it does just take longer because there's more knitting to do. So yeah, I'm going to carry on recording this and giving little updates probably as we go through. I'm really enjoying it, and the stripes are great fun. I think I'm going to whiz sort of through the body. I thought about stopping and doing the sleeves and then just having the body to finish, but I think I probably will keep going, or at least until my main colour runs out. I'm pretty sure this one is going to run out before this one, but I think I might manage, if I'm honest, the body with what I have. Yeah, the only thing I'm finding at the moment, and I think it might be just partly because of the yarn, is, can you see here where I've been changing colours? You can't see too much really unless I kind of push on the dark colours where I've been catching my colours, but on the cream I think you can actually see through fairly easily to see the green being carried up. So the only thing I think I might do is maybe try and do some duplicate stitching just over like that the kind of creamy colour, the Milk Tea, just for like 3 or 4 rounds either side of that. I'll try it. If it makes it too bulky, then no worries, it's not that big of a deal, it's under the arm. But yeah, it's just where the colours are a bit darker, and it is really only where the fabric's being stretched, but it's just something I've noticed as I've been knitting along. So yes, 24 hours of knitting a fingering weight t-shirt. I definitely got a lot further than I thought it would, and I'll look forward to updating you on how many hours we get to by the end. Hello. It's always evening when I talk to you guys. The lighting's always terrible. It's just life with babies. So I've just passed 31 hours and I want to show you where we're at. Sorry, let me just get my needles on and sorted. So here we are. She is growing. You see our little sheep right there at the top. So I'm currently working on this green stripe down the bottom, and when I'm done with this I will only have 3 more repeats to go. So 1, 2, 3 to get to the length I need to bind off the body. So we really are getting there. I reckon by 35 hours we will bind the body off, and then I will just have my sleeves left. I'm still working on my first skein of each of these yarns, so I kind of feel like I'm going to have a lot of left over, and I'm thinking I might try and maybe think about making a vest with them, or like what do I mean? Do I mean a vest? Like a tank top, because yeah, that's a lot of material for not even 2 skeins. I feel like I've done really well. So I'm just going to carry on. I've just been editing today, a lot of editing today, and sorting out my phone and things. So I have 4 videos currently that are like at various stages, and I'm going to finish watching this video, which is the Knit Cheek Spring Knitting Reset, which is a really, really lovely video. I really like her channel. And then I'm going to edit the next video that I think I can get 100% done tonight. And she's done. This is my shell tee. This ended up taking me in total 46 hours and 45 minutes. That didn't include blocking, but we are blocked. And I just think, how pretty is this? I think it's lovely. We have like a little raglan detail. I think the fit is good. I think the length is pretty good as well. Like, these aren't a high-rise jean. But yeah, I think that fits really nicely and I'm really happy with the yarn. So hopefully it's been fun watching me chaotically create this t-shirt as fast as I could without kind of rushing. I really enjoyed the process, and keep an eye out for this pattern if it is one you're interested in. I think it's coming out at the very end of the summer, but yeah, really enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. See you soon.